So, it's been a while since I've done a video, and just want to show you guys how I make a tri-tip kind of look more presentable and good for the customer. So you can see this is what they call a unpeeled tri-tip. It's got everything on it. These usually come cryovac in either 4 or 6. You can buy them at Smart and Final, Business, Costco. So you can see there's a lot of extra meat on here that is just not tri-tip. There's this tough stuff here. There's just a lot. So in order for me to turn that down, in order for me to give you a really good product, I got to start cutting and I got to do some stuff. You could render this fat down in a pan to make some tallow if that's your thing. I've done that a few times. I got too much tallow right now, so I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to put the trimmings here, okay? You could buy something like this anywhere from $5.50 to $7 a pound in this form, okay? But I'm going to show you why the cost of tri-tip goes so much higher, and even when a guy like me gets it and cooks it and does all my things to it, how what I charge, which is $50 for a prime tri-tip, is really not all that much money because of what I have to throw away. So first of all, I'm just going to start trimming this side here. Anything that just looks bad, doesn't look like it's part of the tri-tip. Like I said, this has a lot of extra meat on it that is not part of the tri-tip. Why that happens, I can't tell you. Sometimes if I got the skills, enough skills, I'll try to save some of this meat to kind of cook on the grill for myself as I'm cooking. So I don't mind eating it and spitting out the stuff that's chewy, but my customers mind, so that's why I don't serve it. I never want to give my customer a salty product that is not presentable. This edge here always has pretty big ugly piece of something on it, so it usually looks like this. And even when you buy trim tri-tip, for some reason they leave this on, so I'm always cutting this piece off right here. You can see the thickness of the fat cap on that. If you were doing a picanha style cook, you could even off this fat cap over the top of it and cook it picanha style. I'm not really, my customers don't really like that rare of meat, so I'm not really gonna do that. But some people enjoy it. It is really tasty if you Santa Maria it like slow and get that fat to render and even crisp up a little bit. You can see right here, see this right here, that's all, this side is all not tri-tip. It's like part of the leftovers. So on the fat side, I usually just like to come up and start shaving the fat off till I start getting to some meat. And then I just like to do the shave method where I just take off little by little. Sometimes you will see this, I guess what they would call peeled, but it'll give you a little tag here to hold on to. You could take that tag over. I'm by no means a butcher or a expert at doing this, but you can see when you're coming down, you're just trying to get underneath the skin. You can see where you're going to take a little meat off, but it's not that much to end up with a nice product. Like that time I got it right over it. There's a difference between this and what I showed you earlier. There's definitely a difference. You just want to get underneath it and just kind of skim it out. See what we got here on the tail, tri-tip tail. I don't know, I tend to call that the tail, I don't know why. So now we're coming to this section here where I'm going to start carving out this fat line. Again, when you buy it trimmed, they'll do that for you. And that's how you get that classic tri-tip shape. This edge here always has a little bit of this stuff that's not going to cook away. Oh, the infamous backside. This guy here, even when you buy it trimmed, sometimes there's a piece that, again, is this stuff here. So I like to clean that off. Even when you buy it trimmed, you got to look for that, because a lot of times they'll leave it. Hey, you're just trying to get underneath that. I don't know if they call it sinew, I'm not sure. Okay, so now it's starting to look more like that classic shape of a tri-tip. We still have this side to deal with. This side here on a tri-tip always dips down. So I'm trying to run my knife with that. Might have got a little aggressive on that, but felt good. Felt good. Right there is always it's always a weird part. It's always got a little more of that sinew stuff than the rest. So I'm always trying to take that down as much as possible. Keep the integrity. Competition, they would really get this down fine and even across for the roast cooks exactly even. But I like to leave a little bit here as it's cooking and dripping and flavoring the meat. So that's my basic tri-tip. So you can see, let me make sure you can see. Okay, this is what I trimmed off of it. It's like a whole nother tri-tip. Okay, so if you paid $6 a pound for this, it's now $12 a pound weight wise. Okay, so that's why tri-tip can be so expensive. This is about 2.5 pounds. So this by itself is now up to $24, anywhere $24, $30 just for this. I still got to season, I still got to cook, and I sell it for $50. So that's why it is what it is. That's my prices. And not that anybody complains. None of my customers complain. But I'm just trying to show the real world out there what it does. That's pretty decent grade for what I call your average prime tri-tip. So smoke meat every day.